Hey guys, how are you? It is apple season. Super excited to do something apple fun. We're featuring apples, tips, tricks, all the things in my kicking group. But today on my Thursday live, I thought let's do some apple stuff with you guys. So here's the plan. We only have a couple ingredients. We have the deluxe cooking blender doing all the work. I'm gonna put 2 ingredients in here and then let it blend, chop, warm up, cook it, bubble, and then I'll go to second stage. So here are the ingredients. The ingredients are apples and a 1/4 cup of water. So you do need to put the liquid at the base of this before you fill this up with apples. The recipe I'll share in the comments. It asks for 3 pounds of apples. That's one of these bags, you guys. If you get one of these bags, that's the 3 pounds. So what you're gonna do is, I've already washed in our colander. You have a couple options. You're not doing any of the chopping, you guys. You're really not. So one option is using an apple core and just taking this, they redesigned it, and take the core out and ba-boom, easy peasy, ready to go. I am gonna cut it just in 4ths, half and half, and I'm throwing it in. It's really gonna do all the work for me in here to make it easy, so I don't have to stand over it. My house is gonna smell like fall. This is the first stage. So what happens with our blender, it has a couple stages, and so it beeps at you to say, hey girl, add the next stuff. And so you can do that, alrighty? Hopefully I have no stickers on my apple. I've actually done this before. I had a tomato and I threw it in here with a sticker and it blended and cooked together. Don't tell Wade. Alright, so that's one option. The other option is if you have our apple slicer or wedger, you can do the same thing except it does that second step for you. All of our wedgers you just wiggle and they're good to go. It takes the core out and then it also does the cutting step. So whatever way you want to do it, you can do it, or you can do a knife and do it that way too. I will show you, I did learn from Rachel Ray back in the day that how to core an apple with your knife on slices. So I have been in this apple world, you guys, and I'm loving just all the different ideas that we're sharing in my kicking group. One of my things too that I love is that I feel healthy because I'm eating apples, right? How many times do we do with our kids? We would put that in their lunch. One of the things I've had people do, let me show you a trick actually with the core. Let me get rid of this bad boy. All right, one of the things I've had kids do that I thought was really creative is take the core, take the center out. Now this core works with cucumbers, it works with pears, things like that. But what you do is you fill this with peanut butter. So Tinley likes to come over sometimes and she just likes to eat the apple. So I'll put peanut butter in here and she can kind of work her way in here. It's a really good treat. You can also wrap it up like in tin foil or in plastic and make it the lunch side dish for your kid's sandwich. So I thought that was pretty creative. I love that idea. A lot of people use this for baked apples. So they'll fill it up with the butter and the cinnamon and all the things and put it in their quick cooker or slow cooker and do it that way. Here's the Rachel Ray. I'll do it with my last apple. The Rachel Ray is you cut it in half. You guys know who Rachel Ray is, right? The famous 30-minute meals gal. You cut it in half again. Hopefully you can see, because I'm really far away, it feels. All right, and then you take your knife and at an angle, you just cut the core out. Isn't that fun? So you can do it that way too if you don't have all these snazzy tools that I always whip out to show you. So the fun thing is with applesauce, you can use this a lot of different ways. You can put this on top of ice cream. You can make it as your dessert for your family because it is delicious. You can use it with pork chops. Let me move this out of the way. And it just has that comfort feel. So in our book, 1/4 cup of water, 3 pounds of apples. I will not lie to you, I had 2 go bad, so I don't know if this is really 3 pounds, but it was in the bag, so I'm gonna go with it. That's all I'm gonna add. So let's go ahead and put it on and get it moving. I'm gonna put it on the jam setting and push go. This is gonna heat up. It actually has a cooking element in the base, and it's gonna heat up to 220 degrees. Now it looks like it didn't do much, but what it's doing is grinding it, stop. Grinding it, stop, because it's warming up a little bit at a time so it doesn't scorch what's in here. So I will put a picture halfway through so you can get the idea. One of the things I've heard some people talk about with applesauce is in here they don't want it to have that baby food texture because it does tear it up, blend it down like crazy. So if you don't want that completely pureed feel, then you can add chopped apples or a fresh apple and pulse it towards the end, and that gives it that little extra crunch factor at the end. Okay, so the second stage, and this is how it looks in the cookbook, it tells you what to do in this first stage, and then the second stage when it beeps and says add, I am going to add 2 tablespoons, it says of maple syrup, but I'm going to do honey, or if you have agave syrup. And then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now, if you want a stronger cinnamon taste, then you may want to do a little bit more. I'm going to follow it like this. Do you see how it's kind of doing its thing? Hang on, let me get you closer. I know, I was trying to make this a short one, but I gotta show you all the things. Ooh, it's getting warm. Okay, this will get warm, so just be aware to use the handle and the lid. That's what it's there for. But I love that I just walk away. So you can store this in your fridge after it makes and have little 1 cup prep bowls filled with them to give the kids or the hubby or your significant other a fun, sweet treat. And I would sprinkle a little bit more cinnamon on top. And guess what came back? It's back. This is our holiday products that are coming back, and I think they're starting to sell in October. I have a waiting list, so if you have the cinnamon, the Karenji cinnamon that's really powerful, it's cramping my style here, or the double strength Madagascar vanilla, bourbon vanilla, if you want any of those, message me and say, or comment below, put me on the waiting list. So I can make sure to connect with you when they become available. All right, you guys have a great Thursday. It's Apple Week, and we're killing it with homemade applesauce. Toodaloo buckaroos. Bye.